Come on. Hey guys, Jesse Blaze Snider here, and I am so excited to finally be able to talk about my new album. Come with me if you want to live. It's just the album, man. It's so good. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of my collaborators. A lot of the inspiration for this record came from a session that began a while back, bluesy but heavy rock that I've been wanting to do. And when I hooked up with my new best friend, Michael Naranjo, who was in South America at the time. He and I started working through the internet, and we did a few songs together, and I fell in love with him and his wonderful attitude and his energy and his verve. And he's just like me, but he's he can do everything. He's just an engineer supreme, and he can get the other side of my melody and lyrics just done. And I mean, 9 out of 10 times, what he did is just perfect. Love it. Let's go. Move on. And that was the case with this album. Over the course of, I think it was 3 weeks, we wrote like 15 or 16 songs. That is how busy Michael Naranjo and I are. Yes! When it flows, it flows. When it works, it works. And with me and Naranjo, it just worked from the very beginning. Even though we had a really difficult task ahead of us working through the interwebs. And I know Michael wanted me to talk a little bit about my process. I would record myself to a click singing a cappella in the key that I wanted the song in. And then, so for Knockout, I'd be like, I need a knockout, I need a knockout. And click, 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 click. And then Michael would get me, Michael would get this chorus, or I think with Knockout, it was just the chorus. Then I had him build the verses, and I rapped over his verses that he made. But for a lot of them, I literally sent him a 3-minute, 50-second chunk of me singing to a click, and then he would take the click, put it into Pro Tools, and just do the whole track, and then send it over my way. Then I would get a better track, and then I'd go down to a studio or into my studio, and I would get on my headphones, and I would send him as many vocal tracks as I could kind of stand to do by myself. I had a couple people towards the end who got me into their studios to help me get some more vocals done, which was nice. I wish I knew off the top of my head who I should be thanking there. But that was it. That was the process. I send off the idea. Michael sends me back a track. I send better vocals. Michael takes it home. And we went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. My favorite song on the record, which is called Get Smart. And Michael sent me a track after we finished doing all our stuff. And he just was like, I've been sitting on this. And after we finished writing all this stuff, I just felt like it was appropriate. And as soon as I heard this track, I melted and lost my mind. And the song is called Get Smart. And I'm talking about a very particular intelligence. I'm talking about taking the pill that gets you out of the matrix. Taking the pill that reminds you who you really are. And that's what Get Smart's about. It's about remembering who you really are. And who you really are is an infinite being. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're smart, let alone stupid. You're not smart. You're infinite. You are a vessel capable of infinite possibilities, infinite thoughts, infinite ideas. They never end. The only limit is you. The only limit is what you think you are capable of. And that's what I mean when I say Get Smart. And that's why it's my favorite song on the record, because it was what I needed to hear. It was what I needed to know, that we're limiting ourselves in ways we cannot even begin to understand. And if you trust me, it's a safe path. That's all I'll say about Get Smart. but I really want you to listen to that song.
You better get smart. If you got good ears, you better listen clear. All masters at the mic, she's had the sauce for years. She's got you in her sights, the others disappear. If you got good ears, you better listen clear. You better listen clear. You better listen clear. You better listen clear. And if you got a good heart, you better get smart. My name is Jesse Blaze. Our beautiful disaster went up against the truck. It wasn't trucking after. We're feeling like a slave. Too many beatings from the masters. I ain't got time to bleed. I'm loading up my blasters. If you got good ears, you better listen clear. Our master's at the mic. She's had the sauce for years. She's got you in her sights. The others disappear. If you got good ears.
Knockout, or KO as it's called on the record, was one of the first collaborations that me and Michael did, which is why it's the first track on the record. Inspired by my friend John Hirschfeld, who called me at the time. He was working on a boxing show with Sylvester Stallone, and they needed a theme song. The show didn't end up going anywhere, but I came up with this hook a few days later and wrote this song just in case the show happened. And it was me and Naranjo's first, like I literally got impatient with another collaborator of mine and decided that Michael would do it, and he would do it fast, and he did, and he kicked its ass, and he and I have been working together ever since, and that's just kind of been how it's gone.
You're not a human being, you're just a piece of meat. You what they threw to this lion just so he could eat. Been hungry for so long, but when I hear my song, I know this ring is the only place I belong. I'm in the beginning of killing for a living. I'm breaking the hearts of innocent women. I'm tired of losing, won't get tired of winning. This time tomorrow, no sorrow, I'm grinning. Just wait till that bell rings. Blood, sweat, and tears all sting. I've given everything. Just wait till that bell rings.
One of the other songs I want to talk about is Carry Me Home, which I know a lot of you out there suffer from chronic pain, or, suffer in your own particular way, whether it's depression or anxiety. I've run the gamut myself. At 30 years old, I woke up and I basically have been in pain ever since. My pain's lessening. I'm much less in pain now than I was, 7 years ago. But it is not a fun experience. And I realized that the really bad chronic pain came because I had light minor pain that I was pressing down. I was holding it down. I was holding it back. I didn't want to admit defeat, admit my weakness. I was a national champion semi-pro football player, always saw myself as a tough person, and I didn't want to be taken down by some minor aggravation. I just always thought, it'll go away. But if you don't take care of those things, they catch up to you. And shortly after I kind of came to what I had done to myself by not acknowledging my pain, this song, Carry Me Home, just came out of me. And a little bit after that, another piece of it, Them Bones, which I had called at the time, and then another piece of it called Painful that I was holding on to. All these things just kind of came out at the same time, and they were just destined to be the one song, and because they told the story of what it's like to feel pain like that, and to kind of, there's a line in the song that it's painful, it's fucking painful, ooh, but I can't seem to make it go away. It's shameful, I almost love it, hate it just enough to wanna change. And that's the thing about pain and depression, is that it tricks you. You get so used to it that it's hard to let it go, because it's what you know. And even if you don't like it, the one thing that's always there. What an awful thing to think. So I needed to get that out of me. I need to get that message out of me. I need to get it to everybody else, to have that perspective. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the way your pain comforts you. It's just tricking you. You don't need that pain. You do gotta acknowledge it though. And you do gotta let people carry you home. Otherwise, you're never gonna get where you're going. I'm really proud that this first record, and I really consider this like my first real solo record, doing Jesse Blaze solo music, even though I have 6 other records of other material. Each one of those had a lot of different ideas around it, but none of them were me trying to be me. And this album is me trying to be me. There's a song called Number 149 that is a favorite of mine. I really love Michael's production. I was going to redo the vocals, but it definitely has a certain amount of charm, the way I did it. And the way Michael produced it really brings out that charm. And the number 149 just sort of popped in my head one day, and I liked the way it sung, and I liked that it had a lot of meaning. Like, I felt like 149 was kind of like the top speed I might be able to get some fast car in on the highway or something. Like, I might be able to get like your Honda Civic at 149 maybe on a good day. And 149 was like, really, you're pushing it, but you're late for the party and there's still a little bit left in the party. And, I just saw all of these different things it could be. It was a lucky number. It was a license plate. And it just rung to me as having this meaning. And it was crazy because boy, did it take on meaning of its own after that, because I've been seeing the number 149 and things that I've come to know represent 149, like for me, because they make me think of it all the time. And, the message within that number, when I see it, always seems to be that you got to do what you love, Jesse. You got to do what you love. And like every time I'm doing what I love, I look over and the clock says 149. It's crazy. And every time I feel right with myself, I look over and it's 149. And at a certain point, I just gave up trying to make any sense of it or tell anybody. I mean, I'm telling you because I think it's kind of funny, but like, I wouldn't try, like, you don't have to believe me, but I'm telling you, it's fucking 149 all the time in Jesse's world. And, I got a tattoo that meant that, it says coolest man alive. And this is one of the lines in the song is 149, coolest man alive. And coolest man alive, to me, it's not me trying to build myself up and make myself look like I'm so awesome. I am awesome, but I'm awesome because that's my goal. My goal is to be awesome to other people, is to be a person that people would enjoy to, hang out with. I find value in that. So I like being, like Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz from Happy Days, that guy helped the protagonists on the show achieve their goals, either directly by getting in there and helping them when they needed it, or by giving them guidance that was worthwhile and, you know, helped make their lives better. And that's all I've ever wanted to be. Just, I want to be a source of good. And Coolest Man Alive was my epitaph for that, because the coolest man alive is the guy who holds the door open for you. He's the guy who picks up the garbage. He's the guy who picks up your books when they fall in school. He's the guy who helps you up when you trip. He's the guy who doesn't laugh when, you know, something goes wrong. You know, he's the guy who goes and helps. And number 149 means a lot to me. So I'm really glad I let Naranjo finish it, and I'm so glad how it came out.
Nobody but a fool likes an asshole. Nobody but a rude wants what he asks for. Nobody but a tool does what he's paid for. Nobody but a Scrooge don't accept no favors. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. You gotta do what you love somehow. 149, coolest man alive. 149, speeding to get there and shine. 149, you here by my side. 149, baby, that's right on time. Baby, that's right.
Also, I want to talk about Help Is Coming. Help Is Coming is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. Help Is Coming came out of the turning point when I started to apply my skills as a writer, as a script writer and as a journalist, to my skills as a lyricist. And I don't think I've ever told a better, more colorful and visceral story with lyrics before. I felt like I killed it. After I finished that, I was just like, oh my God, I did it. I told a freaking super, super cool and meaningful short story. And, you know, and the cool thing about Help Is Coming is it doesn't go, usually a song kind of takes you somewhere, you go kind of beginning, middle, end. With Help Is Coming, the end never comes because it's left to you to decide, does the help arrive in time? All you hear is us screaming, help is coming, because the people who are coming, they want you to know they're coming, we're going to help. The people who want to help are coming, and they wish you could know. They wish you could know. So Help Is Coming, it's a song about faith. It's about having faith that help is coming. And I'm the voice telling you, help is coming. The world is not going to be like this forever, man. People like me, and there's not all that many, maybe in my generation, but there's even more in the next generation, and there's even more than that in the generation below them. And before you know it, we are going to force out all these old stupid ideas that are holding us back. All this stupid Hatfield and McCoy, Republican, Democrat nonsense. You guys fight about the water. I'm going to go clean the water. You guys fight about the pollution. I'm going to go clean the pollution. You know? Help is coming, and people who want to help are on their way.
Nothing's wrong.
Never forget.
There's nothing that cannot be fixed. Hear my song, sing along, and you'll know my return will be swift.
Last one I want to talk about is this song Bandolier. Bandolier. B is for brave, A is for angry, N is for noble, D is for deadly, O is for obsessed, L is for loyal, I is for insane, E is for you've crossed my streams. E is for enlightened. R is for righteous. Bandolier, if you're a fan of mine, then you're a friend of mine. And if you're a friend of mine, you're a bandolier. And that's just how it is. In the song it says you need a band. I mean, a band of people to help you. I'm here to help you. And I've got a whole bunch of like-minded people behind me who want to help save the world too. We're going to make this place right. Just you wait.
In our guts, something's coming over. Feel it in our hearts, something's coming over you. Drawing, but for what? Something's coming over you. Gonna wipe you off the goddamn face. Cutting your ass, lungeable fast, prepare to watch them die beside you. Shoot 'em to kill, carry your will, and hope this job will live to haunt you. Load up your rep, cash in your check, and learn to do what you gotta do. 'Cause when it goes down.
This is the only thing that I've ever put my mind to, trying to get Jesse Blaze Snider's soul onto a record. And I want to thank my collaborator Michael Naranjo for helping me do that. And what an incredible producer and co-writer he is. The process that we recorded these songs under is very different. Michael and I have never met. We've never been in a room together. We have only interacted through Skype, WhatsApp, email, texting, and sending vocals and tracks back and forth. This entire record has been produced simultaneously in 2 countries through the internet. Gotta love this technology. And I'm just couldn't be more happy for it to finally be released and for people to be able to hear what we've done. And I'd recommend a track or two, but I don't wanna. It's all great. Jesse Blaze, come with me if you want to live. Go to your store now, your digital store, and get it. Thanks. Love you all. Peace.